Hello guys, welcome to the show. And no, today we're not working on the red pig. Today we're making fuel lines, oil lines and what so. In fact, I have already started with making some of the lines. This over here is our oil line, oil return to be exact. And it uses these air-equipped AN10 fittings. Just for ease of use, and I don't have to go to a shop to crimp all these for me. I can make them over here myself. Then we have the AN10, which is a rubber hose inside and braided on the outside. Come on, if it focuses. And then for fuel lines we have that, which is AN6. Obviously not this one, but AN6. I have a whole row of it. And again, we are going to be using these speed fittings. They are pretty nice. Let me come in here, less noise. But yeah, speed fittings. Obviously this is a hard pipe, so it has a small, like an olive thing inside. Bloody lorries. Come on, there you go. So this goes over the braided part. This goes between the braided part and over the plastic, the PTFE tube inside, and then that squishes everything together pretty much and makes a nice perfect seal. I will show you in a second anyway. Let me show you. So that goes over the braided part. As you can see, you can slide it all the way back if you want. Obviously it's personal sort of a thing. And then you slide and press in the olive in between the braided part and PTFE. Make sure the PTFE is gone all the way in, because otherwise you're gonna have a very hard time putting all these on together. Yeah, boom, this is it. Now we put it in the vise, scratch it. We put it in the vise, tighten it a little bit, all the way basically out, and then we'll go to the car, cut it, and then put the other side in. Pretty easy. Okay, so as you can see, we're using speed flow fittings on the rail, AN6. I think that's going to be plenty fine. In the future, if we need to, we can upgrade to AN8, but I don't think it's necessary. But yeah, we have 180 over here going down back to the fuel pressure regulator, and then from here we're gonna go to down there. So this is the fitting that we made. That's gonna go from here with a loop-de-loop and go down there. So it's gonna be very short fitting, very short pipe. Also, I couldn't find a black one, so you know the blue is gonna kind of spoil the overall look, but I think when you have damaged fitting, at this point it really doesn't matter. So if we press that down, we know that at about there, sorry, we're gonna be fine. So yeah, there we go. Now we go and cut this, and once we cut it, we can put the other connector on it. I don't know what you can see, but I've put you on the tripod just in case. Maybe you can pick up something from there, I don't know. But pretty much. Gonna put that one on here. Then the other one out there. There she is. Nothing is touching. Pretty good. It's 17 and 18 to tighten them up, I believe. Now I want to put the headlights on because basically where the intercooler pipings is going to go through, I want to see how much space I have and how much I need to cut off, because my intercooler pipes, I believe I'm going to try and fit them just behind the headlight. So you see where I've made that sort of a thing. I think right now I'm going to need a 3-inch over here, which I believe might not even happen. And what I might have to do is swing it around and underneath with very tight pipe cuts and stuff like this. But isn't that cool or something? So oil feed done, check, AN4. Drain is 10, AN10. Fuel lines are AN6 speed flow fittings. 1200cc injectors, Bosch blue cap coolant, and Bosch M10 by 110. Intake temp sensor, which I'm gonna shove underneath here where the one of the blanks is. And then from coolant, for coolant stuff, from Tink Automotive I purchased these, and I believe that with a straight piece is gonna join here. I'm just gonna go up on the size of this. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger so more coolant is flowing and it's nicer. And I just need to figure out the bottom part. And I believe what might be easier is if I just grab the pipe from down there and make an aluminium pipe that comes to about here, and then just join it with a quick silicone. And over here, for the expansion tank, I need to drill and weld another pipe. 2 12-inch Mishimoto's with a nice shroud should do the job for cooling. And yeah, look how it looks, man. By the way, look at the gaps. The bumper is not even bolted. But yeah, I think it looks pretty goddamn cool. We are getting somewhere. The only thing is I need to do something about that, you know. There's a lot of space that I don't want. And yeah, coolant reservoir is gonna be this little guy over here. I know I need to reorder my table. But yeah, the coolant reservoir is gonna be this Volkswagen part. That's gonna sit right there. Just like this. And from here, it's gonna fill in the radiator. Just behind the headlight, basically. Screen wash, obviously all the way in the boot. We don't, you know, not a priority, this one. So yeah, I'm gonna have a quick look around, see if there's anything that I could have missed and it's not tightened or it needs Loctite and stuff like that. I'm just gonna have a very quick look, and then we start plugging pins in the ECU. 99% filled in. Alright guys, it's the right next day. Yesterday George started, after he finished the fuel lines, he started doing, why am I talking to, anyway, yesterday after I finished the fuel lines, I started on the wiring loom, and yeah, this is it. This will go inside the vehicle. This over here, it's speed sensors from the back, 1 analog input for the MUX switch, 1 for the TPS, 5 volt, 5 volt and ground, and all the 3 switches. This is gonna go inside the car. This is our crank, cam, coils. This is knock number 1, knock number 2, our injectors. This is our coolant I'm gonna be doing right now. Drive-by-wire, boost, vehicle speed. This one was coolant, so this is inlet air temp. This is our fuel pressure, and this is going to be our oil pressure and oil temperature. And when we scoot all the way over to the other side, we have our wideband, and I need to basically wire this into the plugs over here. The plugs are going to be sitting something like that, zip tied and all that stuff. And this is left for our relays. That's obviously ground, but yeah, this is our relays, which I don't have. So we need to go to the shops and get some relays. But yeah, hopefully today we can hear it run for a little bit. Obviously I'm not going to get it to temp because the coolant stuff hasn't arrived, so the 38mm alley pipe hasn't arrived yet. I've got some of these Powerflex boots. They're coming directly from America, so that's nice. And I have some LS1 coils over here. Excuse the mess, you know, I've got 4 of them. So I'm gonna reuse the connectors because I couldn't get some in time. I'll probably replace that part. So basically I'm gonna do like this one, like that loom, but just for 6. So I'm gonna reuse these connectors for now, and once I get new connectors I'll just remake that loom in my free time, and you know, so it's everything new and nice looking. But yeah, cut that connector off here. We're using a Deutsch connector DT series, I believe, or DTM series, something like that. So yeah, and the bracket, what I'm thinking for the bracket is I'm gonna replicate the TE Motorsport bracket but out of metal, because it's cheaper, it's easier for me, and it's faster. I forgot to order the bracket from TE, so the coils are going to be sitting something like this, and it will be 6 of them, and they'll be just like that, and that will be connected like this, some whirly-woos and whatnot, and we're good to go. So these coils I got from a fella up north, and he got these pairs because he put LS3 or LS1 into a W111. So which is you know how small the world is and how popular Mercedes is becoming for you know, aftermarket stuff and engine swaps. It would be nice if we can put these on today. Obviously I would love to start making the downpipe so we can actually get a wideband reading out of the engine, but yeah, let's not rush it too much. I need to get a banjo bolt from here, and it needs to come from here to the cooling of the turbo, and then from here to here. So I haven't figured this one out yet. Then we need a pipe from here all the way to the heater matrix at the back, and then I'm gonna shorten this over there, and then from that heater matrix to you know, from the outlet of the heater matrix to the head again. But yeah, that's all easy stuff. And then intercooler piping that will kind of sweep around, come around and back up towards the turbo, and from here I don't know. Right now it's 2.5 inch, so I might go 3 inch on the intercooler directly, and then sweep around under the oil cooler, behind the oil cooler, punch a big old 4-inch hole in here, then bring it up, and with pie cuts make a very sharp 90, and then just a straight 3.5 inch to 3 inch. That is the plan. Hopefully it works out. Okay, it's been a minute. I'm putting some oil in the engine, and I'm finishing up some of the wiring, but let me show you where we're up to at the moment. So valve line 10W60 draining in there. This is my solution. I could not for the life of me put number 3 and 4 when the injectors were flipped around, unfortunately. I would have really loved this loom to be underneath over here hidden, but maybe I can do this whenever I have the fuel rail off in the future. But the Deutsch connector is all plumbed in, it's all populated and stuff. It's right down there. I don't know if you can see it. No. Now I need to do the same like this, but for the coils. I've got most of the wiring loom done, so our wideband, grounds, relays, I'm gonna actually reuse the stock ECU mount. I've cut it, and with some 3D printed stuff. I've got 4 relays in, 2 for the fans, 1 main relay and 1 for the fuel pump. Over here I have auxiliary number 5, for maybe tackle output. Haven't decided yet. This is auxiliary 4 for the RPM signal, and also the output for the fuel pump and the ignition switch is here. As I said, these are for the fans. We have our 12 volt, and this stuff I'm gonna deal with once everything is inside the car. This is gonna be our driver wire, and basically everything is done. The only thing left to do is repair this wire, which I messed up big time yesterday trying to put the Deutsch connector for the coils. But yeah, 2 knock sensors, oil temperature and pressure, fuel pressure, coolant, air temp, driver wire, boost somewhere down there, vehicle speed from the front sensor. The boost and the vehicle speed are not done yet because I'm just not sure where they need to go. But other than that, we're trucking along. As long as Amazon turns up on time, we might actually be able to start and run the car. But yeah, I'll give you an update once everything is plugged in and ready to actually turn the key. Okay, so while the good jumper pack is charging, I've got the laptop on. The bad jumper pack holds about 12 volts, just about. I'm gonna do the throttle body calibration, and basically you're gonna find it under tools all the way down, drive-by-wire calibration. You click on it after you have selected your throttle body part number, because there's a wizard for it, and yeah, basically you click on start and it does its own thing. After you input the the sensors, in our case is number 5 and number 6, it will start calibrating, and in a minute it will start doing its dance and stuff like that, just making sure that all the values are correct. And yeah, so after this is done, we'll give it 5-10 minutes for the jumper pack to charge up, and then we can give it a try again. We've heard it sputter once, and that's about it. Okay, let's see. There back. There. Okay, that's the flex plate making noise. I can smell WD-40. Let me see what else. Boop, 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 boop. There. Čakaj, spri. Na kontakli si? Mi daj. Daj. Ja. Battery pack dead, battery dead, everything is dead. Can't believe it. Okay, daj. Starten and then it's daj na kontakt. This I don't know why it's not working. This as well, it literally doesn't make sense. Anyway. There. Okay, so the throttle body is too much shut. It's very rich as well, so we can definitely take fuel out. Make it 30. And then if we go to idle and we go to can make that. Huh? %. Anything else? Can't see. All right, fire it up, mister. Okay, it needs more air. Yeah, there. Okay, I took way too much fuel out of it, but that's fine. We'll put, can't see anything. We'll put some back in it, around there. Okay, let's do it again. There we go. Hello, spoolie boy. Yep. And that's it. That's gonna be from us today. Tomorrow, cooling, exhaust, blah 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 blah. Fix the goddamn flex plate so it's not rattling at the back there, and then we can leave it running for a little bit longer. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yesterday we had the car running. I've done a primitive, I've done like the quick coolant system. I need to finish it off with the bleed screws and whatnot. I've made the coil bracket yesterday, and that was it. I've had it run to operating temperature, about 90 degrees, 87, 90 degrees. Shut it off, and basically today we need to retorque the head and stuff like that, because that's what the website says, that's what T recommends. But just to demonstrate how it runs, let's start it up. Yeah. So yeah, she runs, and we're ready to basically take apart everything here. The rocker cover, the coils need to come off. By the way, look at the mounting bracket. I've got M6 bolts and 40mm flat bar, and I literally replicated the T's how do you call it, mounting bracket. You wouldn't even tell. But yeah, let me unplug the coils now. We'll take off the oil feed for the turbo. I will just give it a minute to, you know, settle down. But yeah, I need to get new crimps for the spark plug leads. I want to shorten them a little bit. They don't need to be that long. I need this to be here, and that will be absolutely perfect. Just a quick whoop, and that's it. No extra wire, doesn't need it. We need 14, which is here. Might be some oil dripping now, but you know, I had to show you. You know, I had to show you. Yep, there is oil. Don't want to dirty my engine. Alright, so how do we do this? Take this off, put it here, and move that here or something. Don't know. Yep, just like that. A little bit of oil, it's not that much of a problem. Tissue. Where's the tissue? No tissue. Well, I guess I'm gonna use my pants again. But yeah, this is unplugged now. Undo the 6mm bolts, and we're ready to pull the cover off. Let's see if we can do it one-handed. Battery for the impact gun needs to be charged. There we go. And where do we put it now? Grab that, and we shall put that over here. Yeah, whatever. Just need to find, yeah, the torque is there. Need to reset my gasket after that. But yeah, the good thing is now we've run it for a minute, not even that. We can see that there's nice fresh oil up the top, which is amazing. But yeah, let me retorque these, and then we put everything back together, and I can start fitting the wastegate and making the exhaust. That's gonna be fun. So yeah, let's retorque that and get back to work. Alright guys, so I've basically mated the tile, copy replica thing. I mated it to the collector and I made a screamer. I was like, you know what, let's make it loud, at least some boost. So that's done. It's basically a quick 90 going down next to the gearbox, shooting towards the floor. Now I need to make a downpipe. I've got some 3-inch pipe cuts, 3-inch pipe and a 3-inch V-band. So I'm gonna shoot that way down, and then, you know, Tuesday when I pick up, today's Sunday by the way, Tuesday when I pick up the rest of the exhaust, we'll build that system as well. I'm still waiting for draft shaft anyway, so you know, plenty of time till that. But yeah, I've got this section over here. I'm gonna shorten it out. Basically what I would like to do is I'll put one pipe cut, then bring the whole angle down here and then continue going towards the bend. But yeah, we'll see how that pans out. I'll put you on time lapse on the windscreen. You can watch me struggle. Alright, so I think we're done with the downpipe. It was literally measure it twice and that's it. So basically that is the angle that we need to get. Imagine this is the turbo. This is the angle that we need to get so it doesn't touch anything. Let me tack weld it and I will show you inside the car. Pipe that I've chosen, it's a bit too long, but it will do. Can go wrong with more tack welds. Let me see if I have to put you on the other mount or you can see now. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe. So this now just goes up, out hot, and just clicks. Now if I let it go, it will fall to the ground. Yep, just like that. But hot, very hot. Yeah, I can put a nut on it. There it is. It's touching a bit on the shield, but you know, that shield can be removed. We're gonna heat wrap the pipe anyway. There you go. As easy as you can get. I'm just gonna quickly jack up the car and make sure that down there everything's fine. Oh yeah, I think I like it, nice and quick, out of the way. You can still change spark plug on number 6, which usually is a pain in the butt on Jay's car. But yeah, I think we'll be fine. Especially after I get shorter, like after I make these shorter, I think we'll be perfectly fine. So yeah, let me jack up the car, check what is going on underneath, if I can put a V-band, and so I can mark it and weld it now. But yeah, then I can put a O2 sensor down there. See, looks like there's plenty of space. Yeah, nice. Alright, so I have wrapped the downpipe, I have put the O2 sensor in it, and I have also plumbed in the self-bleed from the top of the thermostat. I'm sending it through the turbo to act as turbo cooling. I've also put this on to see if I can bleed it properly, because yesterday I had problems where I couldn't bleed it because I think the tank is at the lower position where it's supposed to be. So I'll see if I can bleed it that way. I mean, once it's bled, it should be alright, and especially once the cap is closed and it's pressurized, it should actually move stuff around. But let's put ignition, tell it that it has a white band now. If we go to oxygen sensors, we can say that it has white band, 4.9, 10% ethanol, sorry, not methanol. And we should be fine to fire up, I believe. It's 30 degrees right now, can you believe it? There we go. My bad. We still have vacuum leaks, which means that we need to plug them and also open up the throttle body a bit more. We are rich. Alright, so we left the car idle for about an hour. The highest temperature that we saw was 89 degrees, and I confirmed that with the dash as well. I plugged in the dash to just make sure that the EMU and the dash are seeing the same temperatures, because the EMU temperature sensor is at the front, the dash one is at the back. So it's a good kind of reference between the front of the engine and the back of the engine. And they were like in between a degree or something. So yeah, the cooling system is, in my eyes, complete. I just need to make a mounting for the expansion tank, and we're good there. Tomorrow we're gonna start making the intercooler pipes. This is gonna be an interesting one. And I need to call Road Race Rally because the fuel pressure sensor is reading 8 bars. It doesn't matter what you do, how you adjust it, it's reading 8 bars, and obviously that's not correct. The pump cannot make more than 6 bars, even if it's like a closed circuit. So I need to contact them about that, and also the temperature of the how do you call it, the oil is not reading correctly as well. It's reading 10 degrees with the car running, and it's more likely 90. So yeah, we need to check this as well. But yeah, other than that, it's overall success. Monday we're gonna do the intercooler pipes, hopefully in one day, and Tuesday we're gonna do the exhaust, and the only thing left to do is gonna be coilovers, rear subframe, and the prop shaft, and obviously a test. And after this, the car is ready to go and get painted from the tent up in the other shop. But yeah, I'm very stoked. It might not look like it, I'm very tired right now, but I'm very, very happy with the outcome. I still cannot believe this is my car. It feels like I'm working on somebody else's car. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow, bright and early, and get the intercooler pipes done. See you later. For the 3-inch side, as you can see, it's coming out of here. That's 2.5. I'm gonna get a coupler 2.5 to 3-inch, and the idea is to slice this in the middle, and for that to go in there, and right at the middle, just under the oil cooler, that's gonna start pointing up, and in theory, once we bring it here, that pipe is gonna come out of here, and when it comes out of here, it's gonna be whoop, like from here, it's gonna come up, and with some pie cuts straight to here. So these usually have the tendency to slip off because there's not much that they can grab onto. So I'm gonna try and make it in such a way that this is like constant pressure on it, pushing towards the throttle body. And for the other side, similar idea. This is the same 2.5 inch. That's gonna get shortened up, and it's gonna come from there, and from there a quick 90 towards the turbo, and then another 90 coming down from the turbo. So very simple, minimal sort of a welding. You know, saves time, gas and money. So this is the plan for today. Hopefully we can make the intercooler piping. I want to add a brace that comes from here to there and from there to here, and then is bolted in the middle. But yeah, we'll see how that comes out. The car starts and runs. Even on cold starts, I'm quite surprised that you just turn the key and it starts. We need to do some coolant and wire management over here to tidy up everything. I've already put the first sticker if you guys have some cool stickers, in the link of the description, in the description of the video, there's a address where you can send me junk, basically stickers, old stuff that you don't want to use but you think it's cool to have, like I don't know, anything really. You know, shoot your shot, show me what you got. That's what it's called, send me junk, because whatever you don't need and you think it would be cool to see it on the channel, send it over. If I like it, I'll put it on the channel. But yeah, also a quick note, there's gonna be a members tab, so it's $4.99 a month, but what you're gonna see and what you're gonna get out of it, it's early shots of the project. So let's say this car is running on Monday and the video is gonna come on Saturday. Well, if you're a member, you're gonna see that on Monday. The moment I get home, I upload all that quick stuff that I found it fun and nice during the day. I'll upload it there. Also, the other big thing is if you have a question about something and it's something I have covered on the channel but I didn't get in depth or something like that, like whatever you need help with and I can help, I'll make a video of it and upload it for all the members to see. So basically it's you help the channel, I help you out, guys, sort of a thing. I don't like asking people to support me. You know, I would like people to support me because they like me and they like what we do. So if you do like what we do and you want to support us somehow, that's one way. And the other way soon is going to be our merch. This is coming out very soon, probably once we get back from the trip, because I need to financially recover and stock on a lot of t-shirts. But yeah, these are going to be the ways that you can support the channel, and I hope you like what you see. If you have any suggestions or anything like that, obviously email them, text me. All my links are in the description of the videos. But yeah, thanks to everybody that is subscribed, everybody that's commenting, liking and all that stuff. We're up to 1,441 subscribers already. I'm not pushing the channel to the extent that we can, because I just want a true growth. I want a family of members which actually subscribe to the channel because they like what they see, not just boosted up subscriptions. I'm not into that. I'm just trying to build a nice fan base, and I very much thank you guys for subscribing and doing all that. Without you, this wouldn't be possible, and without that car, this wouldn't be possible. So yeah, thank you all, and let's get into making intercoolers and stuff like that. That should be fun. I think today we can smash it today. Also, the noise is the fan. It's about 30 something degrees in the tent right now. It's like a greenhouse. I'm absolutely cooking myself. Hello guys, welcome to the show. You catch George putting bushes in his subframe. I started and that was like, you're not filming anything. And I was like, okay, well, you're gonna be behind the camera then, because I don't have time to do everything and film. So he was like, all right. So yeah, we're putting poly bushes, thanks to Lewis, who gave us this on dirt cheap. Hopefully today we can put the rear axle in place. I just need to spray some Raptor in a little bit on the underbody. But yeah, these are going super smooth. Probably should have not said that, but hey, going quite nicely. Pretty nice kit, can't complain at all. Yeah, that'll do. They are from Strong Flex, or whatever they're called. Yellow bushes. I don't know about stiffness. I don't know anything about these. I literally put a post up in the forum that I'm looking for bushes, and Louis was like, I have some poly bushes, 25 pounds and you can have them. I was like, yeah, great, I'm coming. So that's the first time in my life that I'm installing poly bushes, but it seems pretty all right. Yeah. The compressor is on. This will come down a little bit, I guess. But yeah, so let me show you. The poly bushing is done. It's virtually you put the big one in, and then either with a hammer or with the vise, you slide the pin in, and then you put the hats on. But yeah, let me show you the car. So obviously cut the arches both sides. Whatever I could see rust, it's all being removed. Right now it's on primer, and in a second I'm gonna go and spray some Raptor underneath. But yeah, I just wanted for this to dry a little bit more so I can run some seam sealer. Seam seal this, spray the Raptor, and in the meantime I was thinking do the poly bushes on the subframe and then start doing the diff. We need to open the diff and we need to put LSD conversion blah blah bullshit. Oh, that's running away. But yes, the plan now is run the seam sealer, spray the Raptor. That will be dry in about an hour. So in about an hour we can actually put the subframe back in it. It will take me more than an hour to assemble the diff, so that's actually perfect. So yeah, let's get into that. And yeah, sorry that I couldn't, I didn't film any of this, but it's very boring. It's very labor intensive and I don't have any time. So yeah, combined with all of that, no time, very boring. So yeah. But yeah, this is looking very nice now. Okay. Yep. Cool. Me and Dad, we wrestled the subframe in. He'll show you. Basically, fits pretty nice. Everything is black now. underneath bar the bushes themselves. But yeah, we're gonna start doing the LSD conversion in the diff, and then put the diff in, put drive shaft and whatnot back in the car, and tomorrow I'm gonna build the hubs and the arms at some point. I think he's doing it. No, he really ain't doing it. Come on. Stuck in there now. I mean, if that ain't misuse of this, I don't know what it is. But yeah, we won't need these anymore. There will be some other stuff that we'll need to shove in there later on when we get to that stage. But yeah, you see this now will just fall off. We can put it on the side. We know that now, looking at the diff open, this is the left side, and we need to put it back where it is because there's some shims in there, see, that preload the bearings or something like that, or maybe that's just a friction shim, I don't know. But I like to put these where they, you know, where they came out of. There we go. That's out as well. And this can go on that side. There we go. So if that shows you now, this over here, this is the size of C-clip that we're going to be working with. This thing is enormous. I usually borrow some stuff from Jeff, one of the mechanics in the yard. He has a big long nose pliers that actually work pretty well on this. Oh my god, the smell is still bugging me. But it's late now. It's, oh, I don't want that there. It's too late now for Jeff, so you know, we'll have to figure out another way to do it. Meantime, we can pop that side of the seal out for some reason. By golly, we got it. This is how not to remove your diff. Alright? Take notes. And this is your diff. This thing is your bearing. This is your other bearing. And you have some gears inside. They turn, and you don't really want them to turn, because when they turn, that means only one wheel is spinning when you're doing a burnout, which is very bad. It's lame. So what we're gonna do to try and improve that is, over here there's a small pin. We need to knock it out of there and pull the big pin out, which holds the spider gears in place. I'm sweating big time. This is the right size. There you go. You pull this pin out of there, and then the other big pin will come out one way or the other. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Too excited that this is apart now, but we have to take all these out. I hope you counted the ugga because we're using the ugga to put it back together. Okay. Come on. Can we hit it in the correct spot once at least? There we go. Now, we continue with banging this thing out. See how many times I'm gonna hit my fingers. Oh. So far too. Well, now it's spinning, you know. Oh yeah. Somebody in the comment section was screaming at us, "There's a vice next to you, you idiots." We don't need that anymore. Wow. This is junk. Let's move it again.
Is it the shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
Faudrait que tu ne pas dessus.
Let's try it this way. Have wedged the pin in place. I'll take this out now. Yep, they seem to work. Boom. And we have LSD installed, or LSD wannabe sort of a thing. Okay, so we wrestled the diff in place as well. The rear section of the prop shaft is there just to measure if the front section is gonna fit and it's gonna be fine. So yeah, tomorrow, so see now I turn it and both of them spin in the same direction. It's hitting somewhere. Something here is hitting. Turn it. Turn it. Yeah, so it was this banging the bearing. Might clean this up a little bit tomorrow, spray some paint on it. I need to do something about my fuel line because it's in the way of stuff. So probably gonna zip tie in place, something like that. We had to replace this years ago because that was all knackered and was leaking, so I need to do something different now. But yeah, that's for tomorrow. It's already 10 o'clock. Hello guys, it's towards the end of the next day. Basically, George had some customers' car to do. Basically, the first M111 swap that we did on the channel. But this thing is running and made it out under its own power. And yeah, now the plan is, this is the stock suspension in the front, right? So we have the drift car over there, which is running. By the way, no springs at the back. Can he jump? Can he jump? Can he jump? Almost. Almost he can jump. Anyway, this is gonna get the coilovers from the drift car. And if you haven't seen the drift car, go on my channel and see how we fitted the BMW E36 coilovers. But if you notice, the drift car on the lift, on the first click on the lift, and the car is quite low. So I'm hoping this thing is gonna get slammed when we fit the coilovers on. It's running, it's been running because the battery was dead on it. But the car is very, very low. As I said, at the moment it's on the lift, on the first click of the lift, and it's quite high up. By the way, this thing is one of my second or maybe third favorite cars. Obviously this is the first one, then it's probably this one, and then the Green Machine. But this thing, I think when I come back, I might actually fix it up a little bit, repair all the janky stuff, like put a new bumper, make maybe a better body kit for it, and I'm thinking maybe put it into daily use, or maybe at least Saturday, Sunday. We're gonna put an interior back in it. But yeah, let me shut it off because the fan is very noisy. But yeah, the plan is take the suspension stuff off this. As you know, we're running max speeding rods, T7, 24-way adjustable, front and back. And yeah, I'm gonna take these, put them on my car. But first I need to take the spacers of this thing and put them on Martin's car, the customer, because we fitted bigger brakes on it, and basically the wheels don't fit anymore. But I do have spacers and bolts on this, so I'm gonna take the spacers and bolts from here, put them there until he finds some, put his wheels on. This is all bled up and ready to go. Put his wheels on and roll it out, bring my car in, take the suspension of my car, put it in here. The camera doesn't know what is going on anymore. Well, it's so bright, I don't know. But yeah. Good morning, it's Sunday, 11 o'clock in the morning, well, almost afternoon. We got the coilovers installed yesterday on the car, and the plan today is start sanding all the old primer and stuff like this. So yeah, the car's in the body shop, and we're ready to start working on it. As you can see, much lower the front, much lower the back. It's actually quite a nice stance on it that it has right now. The red pig is the back, the red flag, sorry, is at the back. That is working on the finishing the arches today. And yeah, I've removed already the door handles. I'm gonna wipe it over with like a panel wipe, and I'm gonna start blocking it down. I'm gonna put you guys on a time lapse, so enjoy the struggle of bodywork. Alright guys, it's a couple hours later, well, quite a lot of hours later. It's about 9 o'clock PM. Ellie came along, helped me mask the car. Dad is helping me mask the other side of the car. Basically George's done no masking today, all the sanding though. We have a couple of areas that are on, you know, bare metal, filler and all that stuff, so we're gonna prime the car again. So yeah, that's going on it right now. But yeah, we're gonna prime the car today. We're gonna do some other bits tomorrow, like the fans, the switches inside and stuff like this. But yeah, we'll give it probably like 2 days max for the primer to be cured fully. Hopefully it's a nice weather outside, so I can be, you know, sweating outside, but the car, you know, curing. You know what we do for cars, eh? But yeah, basically prime it today. At some point go home, have shower, eat, and then next day, a couple of hours later, come back and continue more work. So I'm gonna put you on time lapse again. I stopped the time lapse at one point because it was just getting boring. So basically apply filler, sand it down, apply, sand it down. So yeah, time lapse of me priming the car. And yeah, I'll see you guys after the time lapse, which is gonna be tomorrow. Bright day, hopefully, with some primer on the car. See how bad or how good it is. Alright guys, good morning. It's Monday the 5th today, and officially from today we have 5 days to complete the car. As you saw, yesterday we primed it. So basically the body of the car is primed, the bumpers, rear arches, skirts, bonnet, they're not primed yet. But whatever was on the car is primed. It looks pretty good. There's a couple things that I don't like, but I'm gonna live with. Let's say the wings, they were £50 a piece, brand new. I got the 2 wings for 50 quid, second-hand brand new basically. So they don't fit great, but I'm fine with that. There's a couple spots where there was filler on the roof and whatnot. That's being filled out. But yeah, today we're gonna leave the car settle down, dry a little bit more before we start, you know, wet sanding it down. So today we have to put the interior together somehow. I've got a very cheap, how do you call it? I got a very cheap speedometer, GPS one, because I don't have time to play with W140 or 126 speedo. So I'm gonna make that work. It's not gonna be the prettiest, it's gonna read only mile an hour, but I will figure something out. So yeah, today speedo, put the interior back together, so it looks more complete, put all the switches where I think they need to be, fan shroud with the fan wiring I need to make today, and glue on the rear arches I think I'll do, and maybe start on prepping the bonnet and bumpers and stuff like that, depending on how time allows. But yeah, today we're not doing anything bodywork wise. We're finishing whatever mechanical, or if you want to call it that, we need to finish. But yeah, it's in one color yet again, and it looks pretty good, especially with the coilovers. The cars come quite down. It's very stiff now, but as you can see, it's a lot lower than what it used to be originally, which is good. And I think I'm gonna go 225 45 17s at the front, or something similar, just to fill in the gap at the front. At the back it'll be the way it is, 235 40 17 I believe it is at the front. So maybe if we can make them the same sort of radius, I think it'll be quite nice. But yeah, let's open it up and start working on the inside. Okay, so you've seen me put the rest of the panels on the side. I'm waiting for the other Sacco panels. They're just a normal Sacco panels, they're not the 16 valve ones, the closed-up ones. But I had to glue the rear arches and the extensions of the doors, like this one. Basically I filled them up with silicone just enough so it can poke out, sorry. Fill them up with silicone just enough to like show a little bit, and then I press them in and glue and put some tape on it. Similar stuff on this. I run a bead on the actual car and then the bead of the inner edge, and when I press them in, both silicones contacted each other, and I think it looks pretty good, especially when the bumper is there. Oops, sorry. Yeah, pretty nice. Same thing on that side. Fits pretty well. Now one problem that we have, obviously I do have the normal panels only, I don't have the closed-up ones, and the closed-up ones are a bit more square, so this edge on the top, it's not there, and also they're not that extended to the back. So what I will do tomorrow, before I start sanding the car down, because it's all on primer now, before I start 800 down the whole car, I'll just trim these so there's a little bit of a gap between the panels, like this one at the bottom and that one. I'll trim them up. This will fit absolutely fine here, and that one will fit fine as well. Also these ones I made myself. Yeah, they're not perfect, but it will do absolutely fine for who that car is for, me. So I silicone them in place, these ones as well, run even at the bottom, and I screw them in place just to keep themselves in place for now. Tomorrow I'll remove the screws, fill them up with some filler, and it'll be fine. And yeah, I'm waiting for Sam to bring me some panels for that side, the circle panels. We've painted the bottom of the car in black underneath the panels. There's no point painting it. I'm not gonna drive it without the panels or anything like that. So we're gonna paint all the panels the same color as the car. I fixed my combined pressure and temperature oil sensor. I put a 4.7 kilo ohm resistor for the temperature side, a pull-up resistor it's called, and now it's reading fine. I also pulled it out because it was leaking a little bit. The other thing is we made a shroud. I don't know if you can see. I'm waiting for some foam edge to come around here and fill in the gap between the intercooler and the shroud that I made, and it will sit like that. There's like 2.5–3 centimeter space. That will be enough space between the rad and the radiators. Tomorrow I'll top it up with coolant because it had only water in it. This is mounted, that is mounted as well. I just need to zip tie in place like that, nice and tidy. I have put some heat protection on the oil drain, on the alternator cable, and on the vacuum for the wastegate. That's all being protected now. Also run the wires for the fans. I have some XT60 connectors. If you're RC person, you know what I'm talking about. The high amperage plug-in for the batteries. I'm gonna put these on there. The other thing we're gonna be doing now, I'm gonna clean up a little bit around here, and I'm gonna start running switches. So the plan is, let me go inside the car. And yeah, so over here I'm gonna have my cruise control. On the inner side of this is gonna be my map switch between high boost and low boost, or economy and normal driving, whatever. I need to have the brake pedal. I have bought a combined switch from an old car, so basically the brake pedal works fine with its own sort of wiring, and then there's another 2 pins. I'll show you in a minute. There's another 2 pins which you know, open, like make a contact when you depress the brake. So this one works when the brake is off, it's not depressing the switch, and when you press the switch, it's pressing the switch up here. So basically this is closing 12 volt, and the other one I'm going to use to close grounds, because the Emule Black works on ground. I'm also going to put a Bluetooth behind the dash, and I have modified my dash to have a GPS, and the GPS I have put up in here. Let me show you. So this is my GPS pickup that's gonna be hiding up here on the roof, double-sided taped over there, and it's gonna come from here all the way down the pillar and to this little fella. Basically, it's basically a GPS antenna, as you would probably have like on your doubled in and stuff like this. And yeah, let me pop out and show you the actual dash. It's not gonna be to everybody's taste, and it's not mine as well. I don't like it. It's not 100% perfect, but I don't have the time. First of the things, I don't have the time to buy a W126 or 140 electrical dash to make it fit. I also don't have the money because these dashes are going for, like, the cheapest one I can find on eBay right now is £180, and I'm not spending that on just a needle that jumps up and down. The GPS dash works that I have made, and that's perfectly fine for me, you know. Now I had to, because my car is gonna be going in Bulgaria, which is kilometers per hour. I had to do something a bit janky with it. But yeah, by the way, look at this thing. That is absolutely killing it. It looks very, very nice. He's stretched the bumper out as well. Yeah, good job. That thing is gonna look amazing. Anyway, show you the dash. So this is the back side of the dash. As you know, this, well, if you don't know, this is pin number 4, which is your ground for the lights. You always have ground here, and this is pin number 1, and that pin is for your lights. This is the 12 volt for the lights to come on. I have put some LEDs in there. This is where the antenna goes, and because the antenna goes there, as you can see, it's been glued in place, so this dash is one piece now. You cannot separate it. Well, you probably can, but you'll need to glue it back in place, which is fine by me. And on the back side, the relay that makes the clicking noise, you have to remove that. If you're going to use the same sort of a 85mm gauge thing that you're just going to glue in place, you're going to have to remove the relay. So they'll still flash, but they won't be clicking inside. And as you can see, I have a jumper over here because I had to make space for the actual antenna screw to go there. So this is for the lights again, for the side lights that, you know, illuminate the dash. And yeah, that sits over here just like that, and you press it down, it's fine. 2 screws in there, perfect. I'm taking 12 volt from the tacho because the tachometer is on 12 volt switched. If you take it from here, your speed is going to be on all the time because this is for the clock. That 12 volt here is for the clock. So I'm taking it from my ref counter. There's a, as you remove the middle piece, there's this ground that usually sits in the plastic over here. And as we remove the plastic, I had to ground this to that so we can have ground. This is a buzzer relay, so if you don't want your door to scream at you, you remove this guy over here. This is absolutely annoying, but I do forget my headlights, so I'm going to leave that in place. Scream at me whenever I open my doors with the headlights on. But yeah, it's very simple. As you can see, it's black, red and yellow. That's it. These sit here. Also, my dimmer switch was 40, so I bypassed that. It's going to be as bright as it can be all the time. And now the reveal. Like, some people might like it, some people might not. But yeah, this is how it looks. The actual diameter of the stock speedo is 110 mil. From here to here is 110 millimeters, and this one is 85. But that worked in my favor because this car is going in Bulgaria where it's kilometers per hour. So, and in the future the car might come back. We don't know, not yet. So I have printed some basically labels from my printer that I use for the wiring looms, and I have just stuck them on. And if the car ever comes back to UK, I'll just open it up and remove the labels and leave it as it is. You know, it's not perfect, but it will work for what we need it for. So let's take this inside the car. Oh, also this is the switch. So this one, when you press it, switches basically 12 volts over here between these 2 pins, and when it's depressed, this is open, and when you press it, this is closed. So that will work perfectly fine for my scenario. And basically why I'm putting it on is because if you want to have a cruise control working, Anyway, you can add it on, but it won't be working. So if you want your cruise control working, you need to have brake switch. So there's one button, you get to speed that you want it, you press the button, the car will maintain that speed. And whenever you want to stop it, you either press the button again or you press the brakes. So when you press the brakes, the car will, you know, stop the cruise control working. The only thing is, you cannot get the cruise control working without having a brake switch. So this is our brake switch. I'm gonna have a switch number 3, which if I have time and I can figure out how to make it work, I'm gonna have a clutch switch, which is gonna be for rolling anti-lag and basically like helping stuff like raise the RPMs whenever you press the clutch, so it's easier to set off. So yeah, let's put a connector on this guy. Let's choose the color out of this and put it on for cruise control, and then MUX switch, I don't know, maybe not, don't know. I bought it to have it, but I don't think I'm gonna be using it. So might go on one of my customers' cars whenever they need switches, and let's say in the Classic or something like that, because if you want switches on EMU Classic, you need to run MUX switch in one of your analog inputs. So yeah, let's get some switches in. So it's 11 o'clock in the evening almost, and we're finishing up for the day. I have installed the Bluetooth module, which is going to be over there. The 3 switches are ready to be run out. I've got the grounds for them. The MUX as well is wired in. So over here is going to be cruise control, anti-lag, and the map high and low boost, and then one switch for the brakes, and maybe one switch for the clutch if we needed to. Sam dropped by and brought some Saco panels, so I have pretty much attached them all. So new clips at the top, new clips at the bottom. I've run a double-sided tape at the edge over here, as it would be from factory. And as you can see, the difference is not too big in between the front and the middle panels. They just need to be trimmed over here at the back where it's too close to this one. Not a big deal really. These are hardening up already. And yeah, these same story here on that side as well. This one is not fitting great. We can sand it down a little bit tomorrow. But yeah, over here at the back, the bumper is almost ready to be fitted. On the side, I'm gonna attach it with some of these quick disconnect buttons. Then I'm gonna sit right here and hold the bumper like that in place. Well, like this in place, and you press the button here, it releases, and then you undo the bolts at the back and you can remove the bumper. At the front, if I can, probably gonna do a similar stuff over here. We can probably screw it here as well with the wing mounts if the buttons are long enough. If not, I'll just mount the bumper to the actual extension of the arch. But yeah, it's coming together pretty nicely. It looks very nice. I've put the wiper on, the cowling, the firewall and all that stuff. It's quite tight at the back, it's literally touching. Oil filters on these is going to be a pain, but in the future we might relocate them. A road race rally sent me a new sensor, which this time works. The other thing is, I have messed around a little bit with the oil pressure sensor. So 4.7 kilo ohms resistor inline, like a pull-up resistor on it. and now the pressure and the temperature, it's all reading correctly. But yeah, it's ready, almost 95% done. Tomorrow sanding down, and if we have time we'll paint it tomorrow, if not the day after that. There's going to be a lot of sanding to do, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, this is it from us. Next video is going to be the car painted, assembled, and maybe on its way to Bulgaria. So thank you very much for watching, thank you for the patience, thank you for supporting me,